What if 2 words, let them, could free you from people-pleasing, drama, and stress? Today we will discuss it with this book summary. Here's a detailed, chapter-wise summary of the Let Them theory by Mel Robbins, Overview. The core idea, let them, let me, is the central framework. Let them, allowing others to be who they are. Accept that you can't control them or their reactions. Let me, focusing on what you can control, your choices, responses, boundaries. The book argues that much of our stress, frustration, resentment, and burnout comes from trying to micromanage or fix other people, their opinions, and their behavior. Instead, Robbins proposes a shift. Free your energy from what's outside your control and return it to yourself. She demonstrates this across life domains: stress, relationships, opinions, comparison, friendship, support, love, change. Chapter by chapter summary and key messages based on the breakdown from Science of People and other summaries. Part 1. Understanding the theory. Chapter 1. Stop wasting your life on things you can't control. Robbins begins by pinpointing a root cause of frustration. Wasting energy trying to control what is fundamentally uncontrollable. Others' feelings, opinions, decisions. She shares a personal story about her child's prom plans. As the moment she realized she was micromanaging and that the phrase, let them, could reset her perspective. Key takeaway: the more you release control over others, the more peace you gain. Chapter 2. Getting started. Let them plus let me. Here she formalizes the 2-part framework. Saying let them doesn't mean giving up. Saying let me means consciously choosing how you will act next. She uses metaphors, like a seesaw, to show how imbalance, only let them or only let me, leads to dysfunction. Example: when friends went on a trip without telling her, she practiced let them accept their choice and let me decide how to respond, instead of getting stuck in blame or resentment. Part 2. Managing stress. Chapter 3. Shocker. Life is stressful. Robbins explains how stress hijacks our brain, the fight-flight response, amygdala, and how letting go of control over others helps bring you back into your rational, calm self, prefrontal cortex. She gives real-life stories. For example, getting irritated at a slow cashier, then catching herself and applying let them, let me. The core idea: stress isn't avoidable, but you can manage how you respond to stressors. Chapter 4. Let them stress you out. Focuses on stress in work, external pressures, expectations, and outcomes you don't control, promotions, recognition, systems. She encourages you to reframe your relationship with stress, not as your enemy, but as an indicator of where you might be overextending into others' territory. She offers a simple 3-step loop. Assess what's controllable. Say let them, and then choose your response. Part 3. Fearing other people's opinions. Chapter 5. Let them think bad thoughts about you. Robbins asserts you can't control people's judgments or internal narratives about you. Trying to manage them drains energy and limits your freedom. The power move is to disengage, allow them to think what they will. You focus on your path. A useful quote: other people's opinions of you are none of your business. Chapter 6: How to Love Difficult People. Some people resist. Let them, especially when it involves people you care about deeply, family, partners. Robbins gives tools to love while holding boundaries, accept flaws, step back when needed, avoid the need to fix or rescue. She emphasizes compassion for them and for you, plus discernment. Part 4: Dealing with someone else's emotional reactions. Chapter 7: When grown-ups throw tantrums. Sometimes people react emotionally, lash out, or try to manipulate. This chapter tackles how to respond without getting dragged in. She teaches how to maintain emotional clarity, avoid escalation, and preserve your peace. One rule: you can't control how others react, only how you respond. Chapter 8: The right decision often feels wrong. Many of your healthiest boundaries or changes will trigger discomfort, guilt, or pushback from others. Robbins argues that discomfort is normal when you're doing something brave for your well-being. Key lesson: trust your inner compass, even when external voices resist. Part V: Overcoming Chronic Comparison. Chapter 9: Yes, life isn't fair. Comparison intensifies when you measure yourself by others' lives, achievements, spotlight. Robbins dismantles the idea of fairness and encourages you to stop measuring your worth by external metrics. Instead, she suggests gratitude, self-focus, and aligning with your unique path. Chapter 10: How to Make Comparison Your Teacher. You can transform comparison into insight. Ask why it bothers you, what you truly desire, what you can create for yourself. Use envy as a mirror instead of a weapon. It points you toward what matters to you. She gives reflection prompts to channel comparison into self-awareness. Part 6: Mastering Adult Friendship. Chapter 11: The Truth No One Told You About Adult Friendship. Friendships evolve. Time, distance, life changes, all shift dynamics. Robbins says part of let them is letting friendships shift without guilt and focusing on relationships that still align with you. Chapter 12: Why Some Friendships Naturally Fade. She normalizes endings. You don't always drift apart because someone is bad. Growth paths diverge. You can accept the change gracefully, rather than resisting it. Chapter 13: How to Create the Best Friendships of Your Life. Intentionality matters. Choose friends whose values, support, and integrity align with you. Be open, honest, and give space. Less dependency, more mutual respect. Emphasize quality over quantity. Part 7: Motivating Other People to Change. Chapter 14: People only change when they feel like it. You can't force or push someone to change. Real change comes from internal motivation, not external pressure. Robbins discourages pleading, convincing, shaming. Those often backfire. Chapter 15: Unlock the Power of Your Influence. Instead of control, use influence through service, curiosity, modeling your best self. She gives examples: asking good questions, telling your story, offering support rather than instruction. Part 8: Helping Someone Who is Struggling. Chapter 16: The more you rescue, the more they sink. Overhelping, rescuing, solving. removes opportunity for growth and can foster dependence. Robbins encourages giving support, not solutions, so people preserve agency. Chapter 17: How to provide support the right way. Offer presence. Listen, hold space, ask how you can help, rather than assuming. Use let them to let them own their healing path, while you show up compassionately. Art 9: Choosing the love you deserve. Chapter 18: Let them show you who they are. Instead of wishing for someone to be different, see who they are in action over time. Let actions, not promises, decide trust and commitment. Chapter 19: How to take your relationship to the next level. Healthy relationships respect both let them, freedom, and let me, you asserting your needs. Robbins gives guidance on setting boundaries, negotiating, growing together without control. Chapter 20: How every ending is a beautiful beginning. Sometimes relationships or seasons end, and that can be fertile ground for your next chapter. Reframing endings as transitions, not failures. Conclusion: Your Let Me era is here. Robbins invites you to begin living from Let Me, to take back your focus, your choices, and your peace. The journey isn't about perfection, but consistent practice. She ends with encouragement. The power to live freely lies in letting go of what is not yours to carry.